Welcome. In this video, we're going to discuss how you can collect the samples for Aderenocortex stress profile with cortisol awakening response. So you will actually, these are the contents of this kit. This is the kit that you will receive, and this has all these in it. And these are the instructions for doing the collection. And you can, as you can tell, there's a blue top and there's a white top. The requirement for the blue top is 1 ml, and the requirement for the white top is actually 3 ml of minimum saliva. And for the other instruction for how to collect the sample, basically you'll be spitting your saliva inside the tube, and the saliva sample is actually without the bubbles. And you also are not supposed to be taking certain medicines, which will tell you what to avoid and what not to. And you cannot eat or floss or chew or any of those things, or mouth rinse or whatever before the collection of the sample. And plus, if you want to have problem with producing saliva, you can look at some lemon in front of you. You can think of a lemon, think of something sour, or you can actually yawn, and yawning can also increase your salivary, production. There's some of the things. And of course, over here you can see the other instructions for how to collect the sample. So then you will see that there are some labels over here. It has the name, it has the date of birth, the date, start time, and stop time. So basically you put your name over here, you put date of birth and the date of the collection that you're starting. So basically for women, we recommend day 18 to day 22 of your cycle, and for men, any day, of course, is fine. You basically put the date of the on which you're collecting the sample, and start time means, say you start collecting the sample at 6 o'clock in the morning, you write 6 a.m. and then you finish collecting the sample by 6:01, then you write 6:01 over here in a.m. Same here over the second sample. About 6:30, you start collecting at 6:31, and you finish collecting at 6:32. So you write start time 6:31, finish stop time 6:32. And this way, for all the samples, you mention the time it took you to collect the minimum amount that you requested. For example, for the blue tops, they requested 1 ml. So the collection time that you have to report is based upon the 1 ml production rather than the entire 5 ml. And for the white top, you need 3 ml. So whatever time it took you to produce 3 ml saliva, you write those over here in the timings. And like I said, even though the requirement is minimum 1 ml, I recommend that you go above 1 ml and at least submit double or triple the amount. If you can go all the way to 3 or 4 ml, that's better. And even for the 3 ml one, if you can go up to 4 or 5 ml, that's preferable, because if some problem happens, at least they have enough saliva sample. Then we look at this requisition slip over here. This requisition slip has our practice information over here. There's a place for signature. It does not require a signature, even though it's mentioned over here, because it's clear from this requisition slip that it is coming from our office. So they are aware which is the ordering physician. And then over here, it is about the billing. Which source do you want to use? Are you using Medicare, are using regular insurance, and if you are a cash payment, and whatever we probably have, will inform you of how to, what you'll do basically for billing information. And if you do through Medicare, you don't have to submit anything, you just check that, and it's 25% of the amount if you're paying cash. And for the bill, your regular insurance, you just check over here. We will let you know which ICD-10 codes to put over here. And then over here, since we're doing the cortisol awakening response curve as well as the adrenocortex stress profile, so we will check the third one rather than the first two. It's because there's a combination of the two, so we'll check this one over here. And we are checking the so it has all these, so we'll check these two as to complete this thing. And this is the date of the final collection, which is the date that you're collecting the samples anyways. So you write the date on which you collected all the samples. And on the back, you have your personal information, your insurance information, your billing information, payment information, and of course you sign over here, put your name, signature, and then complete this all in its entirety. And this goes with the sample in the specimen bag when you submit it. So now let's go to the collection of samples. So basically you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, for example, then the night before, make sure that you made the intention to collect the sample, write everything down, everything ready. When you wake up at say 6 o'clock, do not turn the light on, don't be getting out of bed, just sit in the bed and start collecting the sample. And if suppose these are lips, you start spitting in there, spitting in there, spitting there, and when you finish at 1 ml over here, you write the time that you finish. For example, you woke up at 6 o'clock, you write 6 a.m., you finish collecting the sample at 6:01, you finish writing the time at 6:01, and then of course you go beyond that and make sure there are no bubbles at the level, meaning that the sample is without the bubbles that is considered the amount of sample. If you've got bubbles all over here, it will not count as the right amount of sample. So please make sure that when you make it vertical, there are no bubbles over there. The bubbles are on the top somewhere over here, not there. And once you finish the sample, you close it tight. This has been already affixed onto it, the label, and then you please freeze it vertically in the freezer. So as you're collecting the samples, please start freeze them. After this, when you wake up in the morning, then you go to the second and 30-minute sample. By this time you're up and about walking around. You still are not supposed to eat anything, not floss or do any of that sort. So but you can drink water if you want to, and then collect the second sample. Again, you need minimum requirement of 1 ml, but I recommend going a little above that. But the documentation of the start time and the stop time is supposed to be for the 1 ml, not for the entire thing. So this way you collect the waking sample, then at 30 minutes you've collected the second blue top, and then of course between 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. you collect the white top, then 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. another white top, then between 3 to 5 another, and then around between 10 to 12 you collect the final one. And once you finish this, hopefully you put all the labels on top of it, and you have vertically frozen all these. Once all these are ready, you basically take this thing and you take the specimens bag, open it up. It has a blotting paper in it, which is designed to kind of absorb any moisture. You put these samples in there, and I recommend you put this in another Ziploc bag so that it doesn't get wet by the moisture, and this goes along over here. And then you basically take the FedEx mailer and you affix this thing over here onto the FedEx mailer. Again, as you can tell, this has FedEx priority overnight shipping. Please do not try to ship it on a Friday, because if there are any problems with the shipping, we don't want to be sitting somewhere over there. So try to kind of ship it between Monday through Thursday, and then you put this thing inside the FedEx mailer, and then you seal it, and is now ready to be shipped out. I hope the instructions are clear, and if you have any questions, you can always call our office for clarification. Thank you.